Ah, ah, ah,
Welcome to A Minute with Mishy. I'm here to discuss current events, trending topics, and give you a glimpse into my everyday life. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and follow. So I know you've all seen this movie, so we don't need to really get into the nitty-gritty of all the things that went down in the movie because we already know what went down in the movie. But what I want to discuss today is who was right and who was wrong. And I'm not one of those people that just jumps on a woman's side because it's a woman, but it's just a matter of I'm looking at all the things that happened in the movie and all the things that transpired, which we all know what they were, and the fact that she put up with so much from him. She stood by his side. He had cheated on her once. He was just not an honest person. He was very shifty in his movements. He was not honest with how he went about things when he almost made their family lose their business. That made them break up, and that made her finally be fed up. Now, this is the woman that has had your back for years, decades, and the least you could have done was been like, listen, I know your brothers and your sisters hate me. Brother-in-laws and sisters hate me, but you've been by my side and you put up with a lot from me. But I really have this meeting that I have to go through at 11:30, and I think that it's finally going to be our big break. I know I've made you promises before, and I know I haven't held down anything before. I know you've been working for years and you've done everything, but I promise you, this is our last chance. If you give me this one last chance, I promise I won't ever try to have a meeting with Prescott again. I won't ever try to bring this up again. That's what he should have said, but he wasn't honest about it. He had that woman that he had cheated on her with in his truck, and of course he didn't tell her because he knew how that would go down if he would have told her that. Yeah, the girl I cheated on you with, that you ran into my trailer with and ended up not being able to bear children because of your injuries. Yeah, I had her in the truck and we were just discussing old times. Yeah, your wife is not going to be understanding of that because you should not have done that. You've already cheated, bro. You shouldn't have had anything really to talk to this woman about. You should have just been like, listen, I can't have a discussion with you because it already caused dissension between me and my wife, and I want to keep my marriage, and I married her, and that's who I'm happy with and who I'm going to be with. And even though we have our problems, I just don't think it's a good look. But instead of using common sense and doing that, he puts the lady in his truck, and he has a conversation with her, which, no, you don't need to have a conversation with this woman and have any explanation from it. The lady understood that you cheated on her and you were dishonest with her. That's it. Why are you, just because she works at the place that you are trying to get into, you are, again, trying to use a woman to get your leverage up. And it did work this time, but when it worked this time, after your wife rightfully divorced you, you sat up here and gave everything that you promised your ex-wife to this new lady, and she was rightfully angry. I honestly don't know anybody who would not have been angry. And I said this when the last time I posted this, because every time this movie comes up, I probably am going to post about it. But it's like, I don't know anybody who rightfully wouldn't have been angry, because it's like blood, sweat, and tears. I stuck by your side, and this is what you do to me. This is what happened similarly with Tyler Lepley from, what's my show, The Pank, with P. Valley. That's what his ex was saying that she did, even though they weren't married and they were just, I guess, boyfriend and girlfriend, you could say. She's like, I put everything into you for you to turn around and not only break up with me, but you got somebody else pregnant and you married her. So she was rightfully angry. And it's like anybody would be, because it's like you put your everything into somebody and they turn around and basically give you their ass to kiss, and you're bitter. You're going to be bitter. People are going to be bitter about that kind of shit. Somebody who spent years by your side, and that's what you do, and that's what you give them in return. So yeah, and then some of the things and the attitudes he had throughout the movie, I was kind of like, sir, you have the unmitigated go. And then you want to be nice and calm once you get your bag and you have your money and act like she's supposed to be nice and calm after the way you did this lady for years. Like, you can't make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up. And this is why a lot of women are just opting not to date or get married to people, because of the things that men do like this. Thank you so much for watching. Your presence was definitely loved and appreciated. Make sure you share this video with someone who's on the same vibe that we're on. And I'm out. Peace.